Hello, hello, hello. I have been told my whole life, I love your dad. So during one of my meditations over this month, as I've been wondering what to say, it came to me that, oh, I love Lucy. I love Lewis. And so that's why the heart and the font is in the I Love Lucy font. I asked AI to make it for me. And Dad, I wrote a whole speech, but I'm just going to give it to you. Because Ellie told me I am cut off in 10 minutes. So that was 25, so you can read it. But I've been thinking of what I wanted to say. And first of all, I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Ellie and Betsy for making this all possible. I want to thank all of you who love my dad since he's moved to Beverly Hills for being here, but also my almost sister-in-law for coming from Denver. I think she's from the furthest. My cousin, the only relative left on my father's side, my cousin Sally, for coming from Texas, and Nina, and then my Gravenstein family, my mother's family still loves my father. So they have come from Washington, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland, that area. So thank you for schlepping here to be here, because none of us would miss this, right?
No.
So I figure, you probably want to know what it's like to grow up with him. What has that been like for my brother and I? And this is the family. I'm the older, and my brother Steve's 2 years younger. That's it. And this is the three of us is all that's left, the Gravenstein and Sally. That's our family. That's it. But we grew up with a comedian, right? So we obviously laughed at the dinner table. That was what dinner was like. It was, the contest was, could he get the milk to have to spit out at the sink from a joke right while we were drinking it. That was his favorite thing. That was what he tried to do. And of course, the best was if it came out your nose. Then you really got a good one. And our life has been one-upping each other. And some of you might know my brother's pretty quiet. But don't let that fool you, because he's always thinking. And he comes in during the silence. You have to listen for the zinger that comes out of his mouth, because he is just as funny. I wish I had gotten my father's genes for telling jokes. I'm going to tell you the one that he would tell us as kids, every kid. Oh, do you know he talks like Donald Duck?
Oh, that's right. Forgot about that.
And the one joke I remember from my childhood, because they just go in one ear and out the other, but this is the one I remember. When do you know it's time to go to the dentist?
2:30.
Yeah, everyone knows it. He probably told you. 2:30, right? Yeah, okay. That's it. That's what I'm looking for. Well, what I've been thinking about, is that at 100 years old, his life was kind of divided up into 4 acts. And acts, as a comedian, is the right word. Do you know that he tried out for America's Got Talent?
Yes!
And he won. Yeah. And he got a call back. Elliot sent him something. He came up and he made the woman laugh. That's good. That's good. So, the comedy was something that was happening in his whole life. But I see his life in 4 acts. Kind of the first 25 years were the Navy, as everyone knows about, and him meeting my mother, basically. Then the next 25 was pretty much, him having kids, us growing up, leaving the house. He was in Boston. Well, he was a New Yorker that moved to Boston. Then they called him up to the office in New York. We moved to New York, and then we left the house. So then he had 25 more years. His third act was 25 more years with my mom, who died just about 25 years ago in 2001. And then Ellie came in for the 4th act, and that's what most of you know about, is his 4th act. But I also wanted to say that as I've been thinking about what I really wanted to tell everybody is, I believe he is a genius in 3 areas. One of them is comedy. I mean, I could tell a joke and it doesn't even land. He can say anything and it comes out funny. It's a comic genius, like Perry would know. There's the timing, and the way that everyone loves him is because he loves everyone. And that his real gift, I think, is touching people. And he literally touches people. You notice that when he talks to you? He is a toucher. He's touchy feeling. It's lucky that the Me Too, has never come into play with him, because he does touch people, and he touches us in our hearts. So he is definitely a comedy genius, but he's also a math genius. Do you know that? Yeah. I don't know if anyone knows that. Yeah. So when he, never mind getting into the Navy, that was a math thing that got him into the Navy because he could pass a test. That's another story. But when he retired, of all things, he retires, and what does he do? He volunteers with the WWII in St. Pete to help pregnant girls get their GED. And he becomes the math tutor. And that meant that whatever age they were, whatever class they were, he had to have their math book and be able to teach them how to do their problems. And they loved him, of course. They called him Mr. U. Like my cousin Ben, who's probably Mr. G, right? Yeah, who's also a teacher, retired teacher. And then what does he do after that? Before he lost his sight, which he can't see in one eye or hear from one ear, his left side. He's all on his right side. You probably don't even know that. But he was doing taxes at Jackson Hewitt, not just doing them. He took every year, his boss gave him the 2,000-page book. He read it. I said, Dad, isn't it boring? He goes, no, I love it. He read the 2,000-page tax, new tax laws every year. And then he taught them, even his boss. He was the teacher, but he didn't want to be the manager. He didn't want that, but he did get all the hard cases. And he did that until his license was taken away. And then his third area of genius is just plain creative genius. He is a writer. When I was growing up, around the time of my bat mitzvah, and even before that, we belonged to the temple, the rabbi would have him do the family night service on Friday nights, the first Friday night of every month. He got up to the pulpit, and he was the rabbi. And one time, the rabbi said, will you write a story? And he wrote a story that is, I think, the greatest story ever written. Hannah, I want to get together with you about this, my writer cousin. Because it's called The Saga of Samson. He wrote it during the 60s, the desegregation. and he wrote it from the point of view of the German Shepherd police dog. And I swear, it is the best story I've ever read in my life. And I want to get that out. I want that to be published. I want people to hear that, see that. So, my dad's a genius. Yes. He's lived his life in 4 acts, and I don't know what his 5th act is going to hold, but we're all here for the beginning. His birthday was yesterday, so this is it. So, thank you.